Welcome back to the show, Xtra Rich. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button next to it so you're notified whenever these videos drop. On the menu today, we have Pastor Manning's epic address to the black community. Okay, so we got a pastor addressing the black community. Let's jump into it.
Here, and I'm not going to be much longer with y'all. I understand we need to move beyond color. I'm not about that, but y'all raised it. If you start it, I'll end it for you. Don't start nothing, it won't be nothing. But we got a problem. Black people got a problem. Now we can move to color blindness and always look at the man by the content of his character, never the color of his skin. I'm down for that. You get my vote. Yay and amen, I'm for that. But before we get there, we need to hear some truth. Black people and white folk. Black people got a problem. And it's a God problem. When black people see the world, I don't care. You can train them. You can train a black man to be a physician. You can train him to be an astrophysicist. You can train him to be a lawyer, but you can't train him to understand the world. He doesn't know. I'm telling you. There's not 2 cents worth of difference between a mass murderer. There's not 2 cents of difference between a petty thief that's locked away in prison than a black doctor when it comes to understanding the world. Listen, you listen to me. We got to deal with this. And we need to begin to acknowledge it, talk about it, ask God to help us, because only God can help black people where they are. Black people had Africa, that big old continent over there. They never built one boat that was seaworthy, not one. There's not one monument in Africa, in all of Africa. I know you're talking about Egypt. Egypt is not Africa. There are no great cities that were built. Even before the first colonization of white people coming to the shores of Africa or the slave ships, black men built nothing. No sewer system, no houses above one level, and none of them made out of stone, all of them made out of grass and wood. Black men, before the white man ever got to Africa. The worst thing that could ever happen to South Africa was when they gave it to Nelson Mandela and black folk. That was a great nation. Now, notwithstanding apartheid was wrong, we all know it's wrong. I'm against it. There should have been some other resolution, though, than turning it over to Nelson Mandela. Disease, AIDS, and crime is running wild in Johannesburg. They're killing one another over there. They're dying of sickness. The government is mismanaged. The people who ran the nation are now leaving the nation because black folk don't know how to run no nation. They don't know how, and we need to admit it. I know you don't like it, but you need to stop shucking and jiving. We got a problem. Nigeria produces oil every year, yet the children over there are hungry and pot-bellied and walking barefoot. We got a problem. You talk about the Hutus and the Tutsis. Look what's going on in Zimbabwe now with Mugabe. We got a problem, black folk. And forget about Zimbabwe and South Africa, Nigeria. Look at what y'all have done in Harlem. You can't even hold on to Harlem. We got a problem. Black folk don't understand the world. You can get mad with me all you want. You can say what but you can't prove me wrong. Now, I'm not saying this because I hate black folk. I'm saying it because I love you enough to tell the truth. And the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
Ooh. I don't hate black people, but I love you enough to tell you the truth. Man, that couldn't have been said any better than that. Couldn't have been said any better than that. You know, especially, that's deep too, because in today's society, we live in a society where everybody's lying to everybody else, right? A lot of folks out here lying to other people, and there's a lot of people who don't want to be hit with the truth, right? They want people to lie to them. And so that is absolutely refreshing. Absolutely refreshing. And you see a lot of this happening, right, in these inner cities, where you have a lot of individuals who are terrorizing the towns, absolutely causing mayhem. A lot of these black folks, a lot of these black teens, and listen, before we get too deep into it, I don't want to say it's just black folks, right? Honestly, I think it's more of a ghetto, a ratchet thing, right? Because you have ghetto white people, you got ghetto Mexicans, you got ghetto Asians, right? And they all act similar. They all act the same, terrorizing towns and cities, right? But in today's video, we're talking specifically about black people because that's who he's addressing. That's what he said. And when you see a lot of these instances happen, you get a lot of excuses. Oh, well, these teens, they didn't have anywhere to go. Well, they were just bored. They didn't have anything to do. And it's like, no, stop making excuses. That's the problem. That's part of the problem. People keep trying to make excuses. Instead of telling these folks the truth, hey, you are a menace to society. We're going to sit you down in this box, this concrete box for some years and let you think about this decision because we're sick and tired of your mess. We're sick and tired of you terrorizing these cities. We're sick and tired of you. I saw a video the other day of a young brother smacking an old lady in the back of the head. And it's just like, for what? For what? You got little kids robbing stores. I saw another video the other day of some little kid, and then when they got called out and the doors got locked on them, little kids, these kids probably, I don't know, 10, 11, maybe 12 years old, cursing at the store, at the store worker, at the store employee. Matter of fact, it looked like a Target. I don't know, but cursing at the store employee. You better let me the F out. Man, F this, man. I swear to God. Man, you stop effing playing. You know, like, bro, what? Lock these kids up. Y'all are terrorizing these communities and we're sick and tired of y'all mess. Tell them the truth and tell their parents the truth. Y'all some terrible parents. Not just bad. Y'all are terrible parents. Absolutely terrible parents. I also saw something where they might start holding parents accountable for their kids absolutely terrorizing some of these cities. So I thought that was quite interesting too. But I love the fact that he addressed it the way that he addressed it, because there's going to be a lot of folks who are going to say, oh, he's racist, he hates black people. But no, he said it right up front. I'm not saying this because I hate black people. I love black people, and I love you so much that I'm willing to tell, excuse me, I got the hiccups. I love you so much that I'm willing to tell you the truth and not just sit here and lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's sunshine and rainbows, right? Sun is shining, everything is peachy when we got a storm outside going on. When we got a tornado a block away. I'm not going to tell you it's sunshine and rainbows. I'm going to tell you the truth. And that's facts. That's facts, man. But let's jump back in.
You can say what you, but you can't prove me wrong. Now, I'm not saying this because I hate black folk. I'm saying it because I love you enough to tell the truth. And the only person going to ever help us get out of the situation is going to be God. There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind. He does not understand the world. He doesn't. I don't care if he learned medicine. He doesn't understand the world. He can't even hold on to Harlem. When he was here, he moved out. We got to talk to the Lord. People, we got to talk to God. And black women, Shirley Chisholm, Harriet Tubman, Coretta King, one of her boys. Yeah, okay, then we got a black president. But you black women, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all gonna let that white woman, what's wrong with you black women voting for Barack? Don't you understand? It should have been a black room if you're gonna have a black president. What's wrong with you? Y'all ain't got no sense, you black women. Your men treat you like the dogs, like your dogs. They walk all over you. They make you pay the bills at home, and then the preachers pimp you in the churches and make you pay the bills. Y'all crazy black women buying these black men private jets, the tune of $50 million for a nigga to ride around in a private jet, and you talk about, look at our pastor. What's wrong with y'all women? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? And what's wrong with a black man that would take that kind of money out of a poor neighborhood and buy himself a private jet? What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, black women? What's wrong with you voting for Barack Obama? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy. Black people, Let me tell y'all something. If you don't ever hear me say preach again, they can kill me tomorrow. But let me tell you something. We're not going to ever get anywhere until we look into the mind of a black man. He doesn't think correctly. I don't care what he is. He can be a doctor. He can be an astrophysicist. The nigga ain't got no sense. You talk to him. You talk to a black man. He doesn't understand the world. He's never built anything. The most the black people have ever done, they did it here in America under white people's help. When they were in Africa, they didn't do nothing.
I mean, listen. He made some strong points. I didn't agree with everything that he said, but he made some great points, you know? Black people can't even hold on to Harlem, right? You look at these majority black cities, and you look at the crime rate, you look at the poverty that's going on. You look at some of these different things, and it's like, I can't argue with them. I can't argue with them. Now, is it solely a black people's problem? No, because there's other groups of individuals. It's more of a ghetto issue, right? People with the ghetto mentality, no morals, no home training. Parents probably were absent, right? Or at least no father in the home. I think that's part of the issue. So it's not necessarily just black people. But he did make some great points, man. He did make some great points. There are still extremely impoverished places in Africa. Why is that? Why is that? I'm just asking, right? I'm just asking. Now, of course, there are some beautiful places in Africa as well. It's not all impoverished. There are some amazingly beautiful places in Africa. But you got places where, kids are starving still to this day. Why? How? Make it make sense, you know? And then you talk about the pastors, which I've never understood that either. Some of these pastors with these private jets and, $18 million mansions, these massive homes and stuff like, bro, that is crazy to me. Crazy to me. Whatever happened to a church being the place where, people who needed some extra dollars could go to and receive some assistance, receive some help, receive some funding? Since when did pastors just start becoming rich? I'm not saying that they're not allowed to make any type of money at all, but what I am saying, though, is when you have impoverished people in your city where your church is, why in the world do you have an $18 million home? Why in the world do you have a private jet? Aren't you supposed to be helping these folks? Why is your congregation constantly giving you money and you turning around spending it on your gas for your jet instead of making sure the bills are paid for the church, because obviously the lights and whatnot got to stay on, but then you going out into the community and helping to provide support for the people who actually need it? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me, man. It doesn't make sense to me. Some of these mega churches. And that famous video of the pastor getting called out for it and, him turning into like the evil... Man, I don't even remember that pastor's name. Some of y'all probably know who I'm talking about. I don't even remember his name though. But he like turned and looked. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that clip real quick. But like he got called out and he like looked like the devil all of a sudden. I was like, whoo. Y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. I think the pastor made some great points, man. I really do. But do you? Let me know. Peace.